Eva Medilek here, and I haven't really shared a video with you in a long time, but I wanted to come on and just talk to you a little bit about everything that's going on here in the United States, where I live, where it comes to the new administration in the presidency, the removal of diversity, equity, and inclusion practices in private and public companies and organizations, and in general, just all the emotions of how a lot of people are feeling, whether you're pro the new administration, whether you're against the new administration, whether you're having all kinds of feelings about this. First of all, what I want to say to you is that, your feelings matter. What you're experiencing matters. Don't let anybody make you wrong for feeling a type of way, whether you're afraid, nervous for your family, your friends, your loved ones, yourself even, or whether you're just really hurt that all of the hard work that you've done in your position and in your leadership to do more to bring people together is now being kind of discounted and dismantled. I know for me, here we are in February, almost a full month after the new administration has taken over. And, I've been really, really quiet about it because of a lot of feelings and emotions that are coming up for me, where I really wasn't in a place to speak on it without it kind of harming my nervous system and my mental health. And so, if that's the case for you, please take time to nurture and care for yourself so that you have the strength and energy to speak up, to take a stand, to do what you feel is best and aligned with your vision, goals, and values. And the first thing I want to talk to you about today is I know with a lot of posts that I'm seeing on social media highlighting the harm removing a lot of these DEI, which stands for diversity, equity, and inclusion. So let's just say if you're against DEI, you're against diversity, you're against equity, which is everyone having an equal opportunity, and you're against inclusion, which is everyone having a sense of belonging, feeling included, having the chance, having the opportunity to show the best of themselves, given that chance when historically people who need these initiatives have not even been given the opportunity. And that's why I want to address people specifically who are saying that diversity, equity, inclusion initiatives divide us. It's keeping us apart. It's sowing division. And what I want to say about that is the United States of America has never really been united. This country that I live in, that I was born in, that my parents and my grandparents and their parents were born in, was built on division, on keeping classes separated, as keeping people separated because of skin color, separated because of religious beliefs, separated because of their gender. We're built on being separate. I mean, it wasn't so long ago, it was definitely in my lifetime that we had to pass laws to outlaw segregation, keeping people separate and apart. We had to enact laws to make people come together. I mean, imagine that. So, divisiveness and separatism is in the core, the belly, the foundation of the United States of America. And so, what diversity, equity, and inclusion and belonging initiatives have always sought to do was bring people together, give people the opportunity that they have been excluded from, the opportunity to shine and show their best selves. Because what I am noticing is anytime you speak of diversity, equity, and inclusion, they automatically think you're Black benefiting from this, and they automatically think that your skill set is inferior. That's the assumption. And that's what is hurtful. You know, People are automatically thinking a DEI hire is less than, not as qualified as a non-melanated person, as a white person, especially in particular white men. And so what I'm here to tell you is diversity, equity, and inclusion initiatives aren't just for people who are not white. They are for women. They are people who have disabilities, whether they're hearing impaired, sight impaired, have physical impairments that don't give them the same abilities as someone who is able-bodied. It benefits women, and it gives women a chance. I mean, honestly, up until the 1970s, women could not get credit on their own. They had to go through their husband. So when I tell you that these initiatives are to dismantle the division and the separation, it's not to just keep people out. It's really to let more people in. And that's what was upsetting to me. What I had a hard time was hearing that it just brought to the forefront more of white supremacists and white supremacist ideals and ideology. I mean, if you look at history, you'll see that African American Black people weren't even considered human. They were considered, I think the number was, and I could be wrong, 3/5 of a human being. That's not equal to being a whole human. We were considered inferior when, in fact, if you look at history, we're in Black History Month right now, a lot of major advances and inventions were initiated by people of color. And in a lot of cases, other folks who had less melanin took credit for those inventions. People didn't get their full due. And so when you look at what's happening in the current administration, pulling that back, and you hear the words, make America great again, I want to ask you, when was America great? And if you go back to the time, was it great when there were colored water fountains and white water fountains, when Black people couldn't sit at a lunch counter, when we kept us divided? Is that what people are considering when America was great? When we kept people who were different from us, when you kept people who were different from you in their place, in the caste system, in the system of being inferior and not as good as who you think you are. And this is my first time speaking up about this in detail, and I wanted to share it in a way that has you understand that diversity is forward thinking, forward moving, and it opens you up to so many more opportunities. Equity is giving every qualified person an equal opportunity. Inclusion means making people feel like they belong, not that they're different or they're other. There's so much othering going on. And to see these initiatives being touted as promoting separatism, I think they got it wrong. I really think that if you want to go back to when America was great again, you're going back to a time where we were obviously divided by skin color, by race, by religious preferences, and not having the opportunity for us to benefit from each one of our uniqueness, if you will. So that's what I wanted to say about that. And so when you are looking at your leadership, it's your capacity. Listen, just because the government is removing these initiatives does not mean that you can't show up in a way that shows you are open that you are inclusive, that you are open to collaborating with different viewpoints, different points of views, that you are open to looking for ways to come together because we are inherently divided and have always been. And the effort has always been to bring us together. And what I'm hearing now is we want to go back and make America great when we were obviously divided. So, as an individual, you and I can have that responsibility. We don't have to be separatist. We can lead in a way, regardless of our position in life or in the world, we can lead in a way that involves listening to other perspectives, other points of views, acknowledging the perspectives are different. Doesn't mean you need to agree with them or support them, but you can acknowledge different perspectives. Everyone in this country is supposed to have a voice and be able to freely use their voice to share their vision, goals, and values. It means you can handle conflict in a way that is equitable, if you will. You can ask questions that help you deepen understanding of what those different perspectives are, so that we can find more ways to have common ground, to collaborate, to come together. And that really makes you a leader in your life, a leader from wherever you are, a leader from your position without having that title of manager or leader or team leader. We each have a responsibility to enact the values of diversity, equity, and inclusion, even when the initiatives are being dismantled. We can't use that language anymore, but we can be that language. Even if we can't say the words, we can still show up in a way that shows people, look, we are committed to bringing different thought processes and ideas and giving people, no matter where they come from, the opportunity to shine and show their best selves based on merit. I get it. Yes. Based on merit is important. However, opening up the opportunity to have that opportunity path to show what your merit is and not being shut down because of who you are, who you worship, what you look like, what pronouns you use is not is keeping us further apart. Let's just put it that way. It's not bringing us together. So when people say that DEI initiatives are helping keep people separate, I think they got it wrong. That's my point of view. And I know that these initiatives were meant to bring more quality voices, ideas, opinions, and skill sets together without automatically assuming that one particular type of person is superior in every way. So that's what I wanted to share with you for Black History Month. And I also wanted to give people the opportunity, if your company is no longer is one of those ones that have dismantled their DEI initiatives, whether it's bigger companies like who is it, Amazon, Target, and a lot of the big companies. Some of them are taking a stand. A lot of them are folding to the external pressure. But it's really your responsibility. And what I created this a few months ago, but I didn't really market it, was an online self-study course called the Inclusive Community Blueprint. And it's to help you as an individual learn the skill set of active listening, learn how to, in your life, conduct yourself as a leader in your position, whatever it is, to bring more people together than rather to keep us separate. And so it's affordable. It's for the person who still is committed to this work, who may not necessarily agree that diversity, equity, and inclusion is designed to keep people separate and divide us, but it's really designed to bring more people from all walks of life together. And I am offering this class of mine, this online course, at a 50% off discount. So if you want to go to evamedilek.com, and I think it is /ICB, I think I should look. evamedilek.com/ICB. Yes, evamedilek.com/ICB. And you can put in the code. What is the code for 50% off? Put in the code Ben. No, I'm sorry. Black History Month, BHM, Black History Month. You'll get 50% off. Boy, did I botch that. evamedilek.com/ICB. Put in the code Black History Month. And for the month of February, you can get this course for 50% off the retail price. And you can really secure your commitment to, creating communities and environments that are welcoming, that are collaborative, that are safe for people from all walks of life. So that's what I have to say for you today. And thank you for listening, those who did stay on to the end. All right. Have a great day, everyone. Bye.